Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our latest Songland Season 2 discussion. This is for the Bebe Rexha episode, which has aired on NBC tonight. We're kind of close to the end of the road this season. I don't think there's that much more still to come.
Which is too bad. I mean, this has been a really cool season.
It's been a season full of songs that are great to get stuck in your head and live there for the next 7 days.
Which is what you want. You want a song that's so catchy that you're singing Sway for like 4 weeks now.
All I want out of this show, and I don't think it's that hard to accomplish, is just give me something that I actually want to go back and listen to at least a few times after the fact. And I think the Bebe Rexha episode does that. They really built up that this revolutionary, mind-numbing, world-altering ending is coming throughout the episode. And you might have seen it coming. But anyway, before we get into it, if you do like this video, remember to give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. And if you hit that notification bell, you can stay constantly up to date with everything that Jess and I are doing. Okay, so here's the thing with this episode. It's weird. It's weird in a lot of reasons. There's the Olympic part of it all, which I don't blame the show for. You can't blame the show for it.
For sure. The problem that kind of all the artist ran into was just that the bar is set so high. Your song is for the Olympics. I mean, your song has to be incredible if you're going to be there sort of representing in the Olympics, that it already makes it, me going into the episode kind of being like, well, these songs better be fire before she even gets her hands on them. Like, there's got to be something that's so good about these and super catchy and it has to have meaning to it that's connected to the Olympics. And we had that with 3 of the songs, and then we also had a love song. So there was a lot in here that made this for kind of a weird episode with a really good end.
Yeah, this was so weird on so many levels because, you know, the stakes for the Olympics, it may not seem like it is, oh, you know, maybe they'll play it in commercial breaks or whatever else, but they will play the you-know-what out of these songs if they are a theme for the Olympics. Yep. And honestly, I don't know if it's still going to happen because the Olympics are in 2021. I don't know if they're going to put this winning song on ice for that long until then, but I remember when Philip Phillips' song Home, it was sort of his coronation song on American Idol, and usually most of those songs you sort of just, you hear it and then you forget about them 2 weeks later. It became an enormous hit because it was everywhere, all over the Olympics, constantly. You could not escape Home.
No, Home, the Olympics is a huge platform for any singer, songwriter, anybody that has anything to do with the Olympics. This is going to turn something into a hit. So they already had pressure coming into this show with being on Songland, having the artists listen to their songs. Now we're going to add on top of it that this song is going to go to the Olympics. And I was very curious how they were going to really be able to handle that, because that is humongous.
And I think some of these songs are pretty interesting and pretty fun, but I will say we had another case of, okay, this song is for sure going to be at the very end of it, because the moment Greg Scott, who I want to believe is like maybe nephew of Michael Scott, shows up there to perform Miracle, and he leaves the room, and Bebe Rexha just decides she's going to get in front of the microphone and start doing the chorus. I don't know if I have ever seen that on Songland before this episode.
I loved that, and when I saw her do that, I was actually hoping that she was going to start a trend where you would get just a little glimpse moment of somebody doing that, of having an artist get up after the song and just sing the part that they really enjoyed, and then we get a moment where we're like, oh, I can see that, I can see it coming together already, like this is for this person.
I'll craft this.
I loved it.
This is the first time I think I will put on the tinfoil hat with Songland. I do not believe I've done this at any point so far on the show. I believe that Bebe Rexha, after singing that chorus, which we both love so much, I think she spent the entirety of the rest of the episode being like, I love the chorus. I don't really know if I love anything else with the song, so I'm going to try to fit the rest of the song around that chorus, and if that doesn't work, I'm just going to take stuff from another song and then add the chorus on top of it.
Oh, that chorus was fire. It's so good. It was so
great.
Catchy. It really was, in a lot of ways, a winner. Now, obviously, not the whole song, since this is where we ended up at the end, where she mixed two songs together to make Miracle work
Yeah.
for her, for the Olympics, if it ends up going there, and that whole idea. I think how she put it all together was really incredible. I mean, the whole group, they all got these songs together in a way that I think that this is just, it's going to be a huge hit.
I think it's going to work. I think it's definitely going to work well for the Olympics if they use it. The other song that sort of molded in here is Anna Graceman, who originally did Gold, and later it becomes Bones, and then it becomes sort of the bones of this, pun intended, end up becoming a part of Miracle. First of all, shout out to old school America's Got Talent contestant Anna Graceman, who I believe was a child when she was performing on that show.
It's amazing how long she's been doing this for.
Yeah, all these times we see like former reality contestants who like evolve, and this isn't the first time we've seen something like this on Songland. I feel incredibly old after the fact. Like that's always my reaction to it. Especially in this case, because Anna Grace was like, why do I know this name? Why do I know this name? And so I was like running around Googling it, trying to figure it out. But
welcome to old age.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
I welcome you with open arms.
My hairline has been welcoming me for years. I've been prepared.
It was just interesting with this song because before Shane even said this is a little too on the nose with the reaching for the gold, I said the exact same thing, and then he mirrored exactly what I said in my head, and I was like, this really is a little too obvious for her because she's not an artist who's obvious. So when I first heard it, I was just like, okay, this is going to be a little too much. And immediately I kind of wondered if this was going to be the song she was going to pass on out of the three, because there's always somebody that gets the pass.
Yeah.
At first I thought this might be it, and it's not because it's a bad song, it's just too obvious for her.
She must have seen something there when it comes to at least the sound or the essence of the song that made her want to move forward. Because, yeah, it's not the reaching for the gold. Like, that is what you would see on sort of like a car insurance commercial that airs during the Olympics, where they're just thinking of like the most obvious thing to throw on there.
Yeah, it was just too obvious. It was a bit like a song we heard a couple episodes ago. This is a country song, and they're singing about pickup trucks and FM radio and drinking whiskey, and it's just kind of like, okay, we get it. This is all about country tropes and country stuff, and now we've got, oh, we're going to be the Olympics. Let's reach for the gold. I was like, oh dear, okay, so how is this going to work? So it was cool to see her pick the part of the song that wasn't really about reaching for the gold.
Yeah.
She kind of chopped that off and kept all the rest of it, which was the really good meat of the song.
Yeah, I really wonder this. I wonder, when you're going through the casting process for Songland, are you told, at what point are you told that this is going to be an Olympic-themed episode? Like, Are you already applying for it, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Bebe Rexha is your artist, and this is going to be on the Olympics, so good luck. And are you like scrambling then to come up with a song to fit the theme?
If that's the case, then Josh didn't do that, because he came in with a love song, and as soon as that came in, I was just like, what is happening with this episode? Here you've got Josh, you have this really nice love song, and I was just like, this doesn't fit into the theme. How is she going to go to the Olympics and sing about love? I don't understand. No one's going to understand this. Good song, though. Yeah,
and then he had pretty much a completely separate song by the time he got back there with Sideline, which was sort of the new version. It feels like a lot on Songland right now, and I don't know really how I feel about it, to be honest. We're getting a lot of, okay, we're going to completely redo the song and come back with the second song, because it's starting to sort of feel like, okay, these songs are so different that I can't actually remember either one of them after the fact. It's sort of, I will always prefer just a more evolved version of the first song. If you can make that work, then, oh, we're going to completely redo this, and then you're trying to force the audience to remember what makes this song different than that song, and like, because a lot of times I'll just end up liking the first one better.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like Josh got sort of screwed in this episode. Like, he was put on the wrong episode for this. And if you're going to have an Olympic themed episode and you're trying to put together some sort of like anthem that gets people going, why did Josh get stuck on this episode? Because this is a song that I think if he was paired with another artist on another, episode, that he would have done just fine. And that what is the point of bringing him on a love song and completely changing it? Then it meant to me that he was never meant for this particular episode.
It reminds, not to make this about myself, but it reminds me of when I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when I was a college student, and they had a college week.
Let me just Shane this situation and pick that drop off the floor there.
It's like, why did I not get to be on college week? Why did I have to be on the Normal Millionaire when you're asking me questions about things from before I was born? I feel your pain, Josh, in this completely separate thing. I promise I'm not a narcissist. But anyway, this was a fun episode of Songland. I like we said, I have no idea what they're gonna do with the Olympics part of this now, because I'm sure they're putting this song out there. Is the Olympics gonna go in a different direction next year? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. The song turned into a really good song. Like, it started as kind of a strange beginning of this episode where the songs were, a little on the nose. I don't know what's going on with this love song. Like, things were kind of all over the place. And then by the end, I was like, all right, man, this is what this show is about and why this show stands out from all the other sort of talent singing type shows out there. It is a process, and we get to watch this process to come to the end where we've got like 2 different songs put together to make a really, really fire track.
This is the Frankensong episode of Songland, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. Let us know if you like what Bebe Rexha and the songwriters came up with at the very end of it. Would you have picked a different song? And also, if you did like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.